Hi, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be ranking a couple of groups in different categories. So the groups that I have listed that I'm going to rank is Mamamoo, TWICE, Aespa, ITZY, NMIXX, Everglow, and (G)I-DLE. The categories I'm going to rank them in is their songs, their vocals, raps, dance, concept, stage presence, and visuals, as well as which groups I like overall. I'm going to be reading off of this paper I made for this video because I wouldn't be able to remember what I would rank them very easily if I don't. So I have the rankings already made, and I'm probably only going to explain why I made these rankings for like the first two groups that I ranked the highest and the last two groups that I ranked the lowest. So these rankings are not based on like their actual talents in these categories or anything. The rankings that I'm doing is based off of what I like the most. So it's just my opinion and how I feel about how they do in these categories. As well as which ones that I just like best, I guess. So it has nothing to do with their actual skills or anything, although for some things it might play a bit of a part in the ranking. So I'm going to start off with the songs. From highest to lowest, I would say NMIXX has the best songs, then it's Aespa, Everglow, ITZY, TWICE, (G)I-DLE, and Mamamoo. The reason I chose NMIXX for having the best songs is because I do like their mix pop. I like how all their songs are like interesting, cause like with other groups it's kind of like you could hear those same type of songs being in like other groups, but NMIXX's songs are very unique to their group, and I do like that about their songs. Also, like their songs are like has a lot of replayability. So like I never get tired of listening to their songs compared to other groups. A lot of the times I get kind of bored of other groups and I just stop listening to them for a while. But with NMIXX I never stop listening to them because their songs are just, they're different. So I don't know, I just like that about it. And I like how the beat changes in their songs. I think that's one of the reasons that I do like their group a lot, and I don't understand why people don't like that about their group because they do it pretty well in my opinion. But yeah, that's the reason I chose them for having the best songs. The reason I chose Aespa for second is because I do like their style of music as well. I don't know, I like songs that are like very energetic, and I don't know how to explain, like the type of songs that Aespa has like this type of sound that I do like in songs. So it's like, I don't know, I just like it. It's the type of style that I like most, so that's why I put them for second. Now for the last two groups, (G)I-DLE and Mamamoo. So the reason I have (G)I-DLE solo is, I don't know, their songs are just, they're good. When I put groups on the lower ranking, it's not that they're not good at these things, it's just that they're not my favorite. Like I still like it, but it's not as good compared to the other groups in my opinion. So the reason I have (G)I-DLE in 6th place for songs is the songs aren't that interesting to me, and they're also very short. And I know NMIXX has like really short songs, but their songs are at least interesting, whereas (G)I-DLE is kind of like toned down and stuff. But yeah, so (G)I-DLE, oftentimes I don't really like the lyrics for their songs, but it's also like the beat is just feel like the beat is often just either repetitive or just boring to me. Like, I still like the songs, but it gets old pretty quickly. A lot of the times I get tired of their songs, so that's why I have them in 6th place. Now for Mamamoo, the reason that I have them in 7th place is because I don't usually like the type of songs that they make. I don't usually like, because like a lot of their songs are kind of R&B kind of, and I don't like that type of music. But sometimes they do have songs that I really like, but it's not often. So that's why I have them in last place, because most of the times the types of songs they make are just not for me really. But like, their songs are good, but it's just not the type of music that I would normally listen to. Yeah, but out of the songs that I do like from Mamamoo, they are really good, but they either get old really quickly, or I don't know, they just get old really quickly, and I often just get tired of listening to them. That's just all I have to say about Mamamoo. Okay, so now I'm going to be ranking vocals. So for vocals, the best group would be Mamamoo, then it will be NMIXX, Aespa, ITZY, Everglow, Twice, and G-Idol. I don't think any of these groups are necessarily bad in vocals. It's just sometimes either some of the groups are kind of like tied together, but I kind of had to give a ranking since I'm ranking the groups. So these are the rankings that I came up with. And I'm not saying like any of them are like bad or lacking in vocals. It's just I just don't favor their vocals over the other groups. So for Mamamoo, I think it's kind of a popular opinion that Mamamoo has like the best, or at least one of the best vocalists in K-pop. They're all really good at singing, and I do like the way they sing, so that's why I do have them in 1st place. So yeah, I just like the way they sing. I like their voices. I especially like Wheein's voice a lot. She's probably my favorite vocalist in K-pop, or at least in Mamamoo. So yeah, that was kind of a big factor in why I put them in 1st place. But yeah, I think Mamamoo has the best vocals of these groups that I'm ranking. The reason I put NMIXX in 2nd, their vocals are obviously really great, especially because of Lily, Selyun, and Haewon. Those 3 are really good at singing. And when they came out with Dash, I realized that like all of them are like amazing at singing. There's also Kyujin. I remember before they debuted, or when they debuted, she did this like cover song, I think, and I already knew from then that she was a good singer. I thought she was gonna be a vocalist because of that, but apparently she's actually the rapper, and that surprised me, because she's good enough to be a vocalist. And NMIXX's members, they're really good at singing, and I love all of their voices a lot. I would probably put them in 1st, but Mamamoo, I don't know, they're really popular for their vocals, and I know that like realistically I think their vocals are probably better than NMIXX, so that's partially the reason why I put them in 1st place. But NMIXX is probably like tied with them, maybe, or at least like or Mamamoo is probably just like a little better than them. But yeah, so that's why NMIXX is 2nd. Just all of their vocals are really amazing, and I hope that they all get solo songs at some point, because I would like to hear like how they all sing in their own songs, and for the rappers how they rap in their own songs and stuff. But yeah, that's why I put them in 2nd. The reason I put Twice in 6th place is because their vocals are good, but they're nothing that special. And obviously it's the main vocalist and the lead vocalist that has the best voices. but since a majority of the group are just like sub vocalists or whatever their position is, since they're not the best singers, and a lot of the time you only hear like mediocre not mediocre, but like not the best of the best singing, since a majority of the singers in the group aren't the lead or main singers. But yeah, so like with Twice, their vocals are good, but it's just like nothing special really. So that's why I put them in 6th. And I put (G)I-DLE in 7th place because I think like a majority of the members are rappers. I'm pretty sure they all can rap, but like in majority of their songs, only like 2.5 of them are singing, which would be Shuhwa, Mian, and Minnie. So yeah, so like they don't. I think a majority of their songs are usually rapping, so there's not much vocals in their songs, or at least like not that I'm noticing. So that's why I put them in last place, because I don't really know the full extent to their singing. They probably do have amazing vocals, but I haven't really explored their group enough to tell if their vocals are better than what I'm hearing. So yeah, that's why I put them in 7th. Okay, so now moving on to raps. So for raps, in first place, I have (G)I-DLE. And then there's ITZY, Mamamoo, Aespa, NMIXX, Everglow, and Twice. So the reason I put (G)I-DLE first is because majority of their songs, I feel like there's mostly just rapping in it. And since they mostly rap in their songs, or the songs that I've heard of, I do like the way they rap compared to other groups, especially Soyeon and Ugi. I do like the way they rap, and I also just like the way the song sounds with their voices when they rap. And then when the other members rap, since they all have like different types of voices, it's very versatile. So I do like that about when they rap. And like for Soyeon and Ugi, like their voices are unique. They're like the only ones that I've heard that sound the way that they do when they rap. Their voices are distinct, and I can tell that they're the ones that are rapping, whereas with like other groups, they kind of sound like other rappers. And I've said this in like some previous video I made. But yeah, a lot of the times the K-pop rappers sound like other rappers in K-pop. But with some rappers that I know, such as Soyeon and Ugi, they sound unique compared to other rappers, and I do like that about them. So that's the main reason I put them in first, but also because all of the members rap in the group. Even if they're not like the best rappers, I do like that everybody can rap. And for second, I put ITZY, and this is because I like the way that Yeji, Yujin, and Yuna raps, especially Yuna. She's probably one of my favorite rappers in K-pop, and while she might not be like the most experienced rapper, I just like the way she raps. So I do like her raps a lot, and that's partially the reason why I put them in second. But also the other two, Yeji and Byujin, I do like their voices a lot when they rap, and oftentimes they sound similar. Like in Born to Be, I kind of got them mixed up at the beginning, and Untouchable, I got them mixed up as well. When they rap in certain ways, they kind of sound like each other sometimes. So yeah, even though they have like similar voices when they rap or sing, I do still like the way that they rap. So I just like the way that they sound when they rap, and that's why I put them in second place. The reason I put Everglow in 6th place is just because I prefer the other groups rapping compared to theirs. So I don't really have anything like bad to say about their rapping, and I have no other reason for putting them there other than just I like the other groups better when it comes to rapping. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And I put TWICE in last because the rappers in TWICE would be Chaeyoung, Dahyun, and Momo, who's a sub rapper, I think. Yeah, I think she's a sub rapper. But while they can rap and stuff, I'm not sure if they're like great at rapping, like in a technical way. So like I'm not sure if they're like good at rapping or not. So, but that's not why I put them last. It's more so just their raps are just like, it's just mediocre to me. And like, man, this is hard to explain because I do like their rapping, but at the same time it's just the rapping is kind of basic to me. Like it just feels very generic. I'm not sure why, it just does. And like for Dahyun and Chaeyoung, I feel like their voices are kind of similar to other rappers that I've heard in K-pop. So that's why I don't really like their raps that much. Because I do like to hear like different types of voices, but you don't get that from those two. And you do get that from Momo, but she doesn't rap that often, or at least in the songs that I've heard, she doesn't really rap that much. She probably will have like one line that's rapping or something. So yeah, that's really just why I put them in last. I just their raps are just not that significant, or I'm not sure if that's the right word. Their raps are just not. It's just generic. That's really the only reason I have them in last place for that. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to dance. So for dance, in first place I have Aespa, and then Everglow, ITZY, NMIXX, TWICE, (G)I-DLE, and Mamamoo. The reason I have Aespa in first place is just their dances look very, very difficult, and from the dances that I have tried, they are difficult, but I do like that their dances look very difficult because it just makes the dance cooler, and I think that it just matches their songs very well. Obviously a lot of the dances that groups have will match the song, but with their dances it feels specific to their group. I feel like their group has a specific style of dancing, and I do like that style of dancing the most out of all of the groups. And all of my favorite choreographies came from Aespa. Comes from Aespa. So like all my favorite dances are always an Aespa dance. With other groups, their dances are cool and stuff, but I especially admire Aespa's choreographies the most, just because I just like that type of dancing a lot. The reason I have Everglow for second is because I just like how a lot of their dances, I don't know, I think like their dancing style is like kind of like powerful basically, and I just like that it's very like an aggressive type of dancing sometimes from the songs that I do know, which is probably like their more popular songs. Yeah, I just like, I don't know, I like their dancing style as well a lot. It's not similar to Aespa's, but it has like that same like very energetic kind of feel to it, and that's why I do like Everglow's dancing a lot, and that's why I have them in second place. The reason I put (G)I-DLE for 6 is because their dancing is just kind of, I feel like their dances are like a lot of their dances are either just slow or unenergetic basically, and I like faster dances and dances that look difficult. But with G-Idol, their dances are simple and like it seems more like TikTok dances rather than something that like professional dancers would do. Their dances just seem simple. Obviously they're probably not that simple, but compared to other groups that I know, they're very simple dances. G-Idol's dances are very simple compared to other groups, so that's why I put them at 6. And for Mamamoo, it's pretty much the same reason, just they have it even worse than G-Idol. Their dances are often just not very energetic, and even if it is energetic, it doesn't look that hard to do. And I just like more energetic dances. I like fast-paced dances, just stuff like that. So while their dances aren't bad, it's not for me. So that's why I put those two groups last. So now I'm going to move on to the group's concepts. So for their concepts, I put Aespa first. Then there's NMIXX, Twice, ITZY, Everglow, Mamamoo, and G-Idol. So for Aespa, I think it's kind of obvious. Their AI concept is very, very unique, and I don't think many other groups, if any other groups, have had a concept like that. I've heard that a lot of SM groups have very unique concepts for their groups. I don't know that many SM groups. I only know Red Velvet, Aespa, Got the Beat, and I think that's it. Well, I know like the second gen groups from SM, I think. But anyways, out of the groups that I like, the groups that I do know like a lot, and I actually listen to their songs a lot, I've heard and I've seen that a lot of their concepts are pretty specific and just not seen in any other groups really. So I think it's obvious why Aespa would be number 1 out of all the groups that I have listed. I do like the story that they have. I like that every song they have has something to do with their concept and what's going on with the story that they have for their concept. And it's just like interesting, and I'm still hoping that they're making like that little show that they have, because I forgot what it was called, but like they have like that little show thing that had like, it was Black Mamba, and there was an episode that was episode 1, and there was Next Level, which was episode 2, and I like that a lot, and I hope that they're going to make more of that. I'll link it in the description in the comments if you want to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I do like how they had that, and that really got me like hooked into their group, because no other group that I've known of has done that, and I do like that about them a lot. So that's one of the reasons why their concept is probably the best concept that I know of. I also just like so they did change their like style a lot and whatnot ever since like Illusion maybe, or Girls. But for Black Mamba, Next Level, and Savage, I like the music videos for that. I just like how interesting they had it, and I like the beats to those songs a lot. They're very, I can't see any other groups doing songs and music videos and dances and stuff like that, and I do like that about their group. And while they did change their style recently, it does feel very fitting for Aespa still, even though they have changed everything a little bit. And I'm pretty sure they are still continuing that story that they had, but it's kind of like a intermission kind of stage that they're at right now. So they're kind of working up their way to continuing that story. That's what I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I hope that like they do keep on being this unique, and I hope that they won't go to like some sort of like generic kind of K-pop style, because that gets old pretty quickly. So yeah, anyways, that's why I have them first. Then I have NMIXX in second place for a pretty similar reason. They're kind of like Aespa, because they do have a story. I think that their songs might have a little bit to do with that story. I'm not really sure. I'm not as invested into their group's lore as I am in Aespa, because it's already a lot having to remember Aespa's lore, so I can't really read into NMIXX's that often, but I'm pretty sure they have like a story and stuff. I do remember something about that one candy shop or something that had to do with their lore, but I don't remember that well. But yeah, I know that they do have a specific concept for their group, which is mixed pop, and I do know that they have like a story, or at least like a bit of a story for their group, and I do like that about NMIXX. And I just like their style of music and their outfit styles and everything. So yeah, I do like that their concept is specific to them, and that's why I have them in second place. Now I have Mamamoo in sixth place, not because I don't like their concept, but it's because their concept is pretty average. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of groups have like similar concepts to them, if not the same exact concept. Their concept is just generic, I guess. So that's really why I have them in sixth. Their songs are just basic. Their concept is just basic. They don't have anything special for their group really, other than just, I don't know. Now I have G-Idol in seventh, because like their concept, I'm not sure what their actual concept is, but I do know that they go for like a feminism type of concept, I think, and I don't really like that for their songs. But I don't really like feminism or anything, so it's kind of just like I don't really like that about their group. So I just find myself not liking like the lyrics or the message in their songs or anything. So that's why I have them last. I prefer like, I don't know, I just don't like that about their group. Otherwise, I think, yeah, like their concept is, like sometimes the concepts for their different songs, like I did like the concept they went for with Nude. I do like that concept. That was pretty nice, but like the message of the song and everything kind of threw me off, so that kind of like ruined the concept for that song. Well, it didn't ruin the concept, but it's just that singular song that I did actually like the concept for, but I don't like the entirety of their concept. The theme that's always in their songs and like their dances and outfits and everything that is what their group is about, is feminism, so that just throws off their concept for me. and that's why I just don't like their group. So yeah, that's the only thing that I don't like about G-Idol, really, and that's why I have them last for concept. Okay, so now I'm gonna do stage presence. So in first place I have Mamamoo, and then after that I have NMIXX, ITZY, TWICE, G-Idol, Everglow, and Aespa. Okay, so I have Mamamoo in first place because while they're like not energetic, I feel like they often like connect with the audience in their performances. I don't know what it is about them, but like I feel like they often when they're at like a concert where there's like no cameras that they're performing for, I feel like they're often like interacting with their audience, and like it just feels like they're connecting more with their audience. And even then with performances where they're performing for cameras, I feel like they often like I don't know, something about them, it feels like, I don't know, they just like it feels like they enjoy being there. It's kind of more like a feeling that I get when I watch them perform. It just feels like they're being like genuine in how they're performing, and they actually want to give people a good show and whatnot. Because like for me, I feel like they love like entertaining, and I feel like they absolutely love being idols, and it's just something about their performances is very unique to them. And I feel like I've from other groups that I've seen, all the groups that I've seen, it feels like those other groups feel like they're just doing their job, and they're just trying to they're either doing good performances or bad performances. Either way, I feel like they're just performing to perform. But with Mamamoo, I feel like they're performing because they actually enjoy it. And even like for groups like TWICE and Mamamoo. So with TWICE, they often look very like happy to perform and stuff, and like they often have good stage presence. But compared to Mamamoo, I feel like Mamamoo feels more genuine in how they perform compared to TWICE. Even though TWICE is doing good with stage performance, it feels like they are doing it because it's their job to give good stage performance. Whereas Mamamoo, I feel like they're giving good stage performance because they love giving good stage performance, and they just love being there. So that's why I have them in first place. They just feel genuine, and it feels like they were just made to be idols. So yeah, that's why I have them there. Now I have NMIXX in second place because I feel like all of the members, they're all very good at like dancing and doing facial expressions. Especially Hyujin. She's obviously really talented when it comes to dancing. So a lot of this ranking is mostly because of Hyujin. But also with the other members, they're also really good at stage performance. And I feel like when they perform, they do like match the concept and like the way that the song sounds. I feel like they match the song basically. I feel like they're just good with adapting to whichever song that they're doing, and that's why I have them in second place. Okay, so with Everglow, the reason I have them in sixth place, I think I just have them in sixth place because they're kind of average when it comes to performing for me. They're not bad at performing. It's just they're not the worst. They're not the worst at performing, but they're not the best, which is why I have them in sixth place. Really, I don't really think any of them are bad at stage presence. yeah, I think all of them are pretty good at stage presence, but I just put them in 6th place because the other groups on the list are just better at stage presence than they are. And the reason I have Aespa in 7th place is because for a majority of their time as idols, they weren't really good at stage presence other than Ning Ning. She was the only one that was really good at live performances, which is a pretty well-known fact for their group. Recently, the other members have been doing a lot better when it comes to stage presence, but for their overall career as idols, they weren't doing very good. I don't know, like, it was kind of bad before and now it's good, so it's kind of hard to remember what was really bad about their stage performance, their stage presence. Yeah, I just felt like they weren't like doing their best when they weren't doing good at stage presence. So that's really the only reason that they're last. It just feels like they weren't doing their best. That's all I really have to say about that, because I don't really know. The stage presence is a hard one to explain for me. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to visuals. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how I'm ranking the visuals, because this could be taken in any type of way. So how I'm ranking visuals is who I find most attractive, which groups I find most attractive, and also which groups have visuals that match their concept well. And that's how I'm ranking visuals. For first place I have TWICE, and then I have ITZY, NMIXX, Mamamoo, G-Idol, Aespa, and then Everglow. So for TWICE, the reason I have them in first place is because, well, obviously I find like all the members like attractive, and I feel like they all match the concepts that they often do. So like when they were doing like a more cute concept, basically, I feel like all the members match that concept pretty well. All of them except for maybe Mina and Junghyun, and probably Jihyo too. Those 3 other members that I feel like don't really fit the cute concept that well when it comes to their visuals. But at the same time they kind of do, but just not that well. But overall I feel like they all do kind of fit that concept a lot. But also when they do other types of concepts, I feel like they always seem to match that concept pretty well. So like when they're doing like a more experimental concepts, like with More and More, I feel like that song suited all of the members extremely well. And with songs like I'm not sure what concept it is. I think it's like retro concept, with like songs like I Can't Stop Me. I feel like all of the members still match that concept pretty well. So like I feel like they can adapt to their concepts very well, and their visuals just go well with pretty much every concept they've ever done, and that's why I have them in first. Now I have ITZY in second place because I find a lot of the members pretty attractive, and also because I feel like they fit their concept pretty well. At least I forgot what type. I think their concept is like a teen crush concept or something like that. But yeah, I feel like they match that concept very well. I feel like that concept was pretty much made for them. A lot of groups that I've seen do similar concepts to them, I feel like they don't do it as well as ITZY. So I think their visuals like helped with that a lot. I feel like they just look like they make those types of songs. That's just how I feel about that. I don't know. I think their visuals match that concept very well, and I can't really see those members doing any other concept really. And I'm pretty sure Chaeyoung was supposed to be in Twice, and I really can't imagine that because I feel like Twice's cute concept wouldn't have been a good one for her, because I just can't see her doing that. So I'm glad she's in ITZY. But yeah, I think that their visuals complement each other as well as the concept. That's why I have them in second. Okay, so for Aespa, okay, so their visuals match their concept a lot, and for that I would put them higher, but there's the other groups match their concepts too well, so I had to put them lower. But it's not that their visuals are bad or anything, it's just a lot of the times their visuals are just kind of scary, because most of the time they're often looking serious, and that's just scary to me. So that's kind of why I have them lower, because I do like more like happier types of visuals and stuff, and less serious ones basically, and that's why I kind of have them lower at 6th place. And then I have Everglow in last place, in 7th place, just because I don't know, I don't really find the members, like, the members are attractive, but they're not like significantly attractive basically. Their visuals are just kind of, they're not like breathtakingly attractive, they're just average attractive basically. And then also I feel like their visuals don't really fit their concept that well, especially for Onda, Yilan, and oh man, I forgot her name. I'll put it on the screen, but those three, I feel like they don't really fit the concept that well. I feel like they should probably be in like a different group, because I don't know, their faces just don't match the type of concepts that they have. And while they do perform and stuff in their concepts well, it's just I feel like they could fit better in a different concept. So yeah, that's why I have them last. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my favorite group overall, and that's like in terms of like which ones that I just love the most, and which ones that I probably prefer to go to a concert to, the ones that I probably listen to the most music from, and stuff like that. So the rankings would be, the first group would be Aespa, then it would be NMIXX, ITZY, Mamamoo, Twice, G-Idol, and then Everglow. The reason I have Aespa first is just I like everything about their group. I always like their outfits, I like their songs, I like their vocals, their raps, everything. And it's just, if I were ever to be an idol, I feel like I would want to be in a group like that, and that's one of the reasons why I do favor their group the most out of these groups. And I just like their concept a lot. Like their concept is really like the best thing about their group, in my opinion. Like there's nothing better than their concept, and just everything about Aespa is just amazing to me. I don't have like any like bad things to say about their group. Their group is just amazing to me, and that's why I have them in first place. The reason I have NMIXX for second place is because similar reasons. Their concept is interesting. I love their mixed pop music, and I do like all of the members a lot. Partially because a lot of the members are like my age or around my age. I know Kyujin is my age, and like the other members are around my age, and I do like that about their group, but it's mostly because I like their concept and I like their music a lot, and I just feel more connected to that group compared to the other groups I've listed. So that's why I have them in second place. And the reason I have G-Idol in 6th place is because, one, I don't like the feminism stuff, as I've already said. And their songs are pretty like just kind of generic to me. And they're really short, so I don't know, I just don't really care for their songs that much. So yeah, that's really just the only reason I have them at 6th place. They're just not that special. They're just average. They're just an average group for me, basically. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about them. And then for Everglow, I have them in 7th place because I'm not that much of a fan of Everglow. So like compared to the other groups, I actually like know all the members. I know their personalities. I know like when they debuted, how they debuted, stuff like that. I know a lot more about them compared to Everglow. With Everglow, I tried like getting into them, but I know too many groups, and it's kind of hard to like remember stuff, and just it's hard to keep up with everything. So with Everglow, I just listen to their music, and I know the names and faces of all but one of the members. And so I just don't know their group that well. I just know their music and their members. So that's really why I have them last, because I just don't know about their group really. Okay, so that's gonna be it. If you have different rankings for these groups, or you have rankings for other groups that you know, you can leave that in the comments. I would like to hear what you guys think, and then I might do another video similar to this in the future, with soloists or idols that have solos. I'll try that. I'm not sure how well that would go, but yeah, I could do that in the future. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like this video, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. And yeah, I think I'm done. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.